Hello. It is I, once again, the Bruce Wayne of Azur Lane, back at it again for another Azur Lane update. And by the way, the 5th anniversary has finally been revealed. And wow, it's interesting. We're getting a mix of friendships and this is going to be interesting. So it's called The Fool's Scales. And Clemenceau, I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. I might be butchering it again. Oh, by the way, be prepared for me to butcher a lot of French in the rest of this video. Um, can't help it. I'll just anyway. So full scale, and this is Clemenceau, and she is apparently what looks like to be the flagship of this event. Now, if you go over here, you will see Clemenceau's design. And I gotta say, she's a Richelieu class battleship. And I like this design. She has that it's kind of funny how I would say Richelieu is like the categorical good girl of the French church. And then Jeanne Bart is like the bad girl. And this girl looks like she would be someone in between those, I kind of guess. But she also has that royal vizier kind of look to her because she is holding, a grand scepter. This is an impressive scepter. And she also has a crown on her. She looks very more in the medieval style, which I very much like this look. So if you go, some of you may be asking, what was Clemenceau in World War II? Well, she was a Richelieu class battleship that was started but never completed. So if you go to the wiki, you see that the French, they responded. She's actually the French answer to Bismarck. So after Germany ordered 2 Bismarck class battleships, France responded with another pair of Richelieus to be built to modify designs. So the first Clemenceau would have received modified secondary and anti-aircraft batteries, while Gascogne would have had her super-firing main battery turret shifted aft, along with other changes. Clemenceau was never completed, and Gascogne was never laid down. So work on Clemenceau and Gascogne stopped after the Germans occupied France. So she was started in the war, but never completed. I like her design. I believe, let's see, she is, I believe she's supposed to be like a highly modernized Richelieu class, able to compete with the Bismarcks. So this will be interesting. I'm wondering exactly how they're going to add these changes to the Richelieu class in Azur Lane for her. Anyway, moving on to the next ship, which is, I'm going to butcher this name, Guichen. I'm throwing French flair on it. So this is a light cruiser. Also, so I'm not sure. I need to double check this because I'm actually not sure if this is the exact same ship. But it says that she is a Degrassi class light cruiser. And the Degrassis were an improvement over the La Galissonière class. So these French light cruisers were supposed to be heavy anti-aircraft battery cruisers. So dedicated anti-aircraft cruisers. And if you look at at least the Degrassi class, this one in particular, so the unfinished ship, some 28% complete, was captured in June 1940 by the invading Germans during the Second World War. In April 1942, the Germans began planning to convert Degrassi to a light aircraft carrier provisionally named 2. On the 3rd December 1942, Hitler ordered that Degrassi was to be built as an aircraft carrier for Germany, but the work was stopped in February 1943 for several reasons, including lack of materials, manpower, and the threat of air attacks. So, apparently, Zephyr was about to, turn this ship into an aircraft carrier after he completed it, which makes me wonder if we're going to get like a retrofit of her that instantly makes her, I don't know, receive iron blood buffs and You know, she's an aircraft carrier. That would be a very cool retrofit if they did that to her. Um, so anyway, this is her, and I like I like the design. She looks like a witch, which is kind of strange because usually witches is something that's like the church and witchcraft are like very clashing with each other. So I was like, I don't get the witch aesthetic, but I mean, hey, it's an all right design. I'm not complaining because it's I gotta say this is a very well designed light cruiser in terms of art. Um, I don't know what else to say. This is a very interesting dress that is, let's say, extra focused on pantsuit. Fascinating design. I'll definitely get this light cruiser. Moving on to the next ship from this event, which is Painlevé or I think it's either Painlevé or Painlevé. So this is a Joffrey class aircraft carrier. So Joffrey actually had, or was supposed to have, a sister. So the Joffrey class carriers were a pair of aircraft carriers that were ordered before World War II, and they were never completed. But they were made to counter German ships, and evidently, the reason they were never completed was because the French leadership decided that it was more important to dedicate materials and manpower to completing the Richelieu class battleships to match the new modern German and Italian battleships. So they put these two aircraft carriers on the back burner, and they were never completed, tragically. So moving on to actually, wait, let's take a look at her design. By the way, I do like this design. She looks actually like the innocent. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a choir girl at a church, a very well endowed choir girl, might I add. But this is a she looks actually like the categorical good girl at the French church. So I do like this design. She has a nice dress, and well, okay. I just realized there was this hole here at the center, and it's only covered by this uh I don't know what to call this, a blue ribbon or something. But wow, huh? Maybe the good girl has a bad side. Anyway, moving on to the next ship, which is heavy cruiser Suffren. Now, Suffren is an interesting cruiser. So she was a heavy cruiser built, and she spent the interwar period with two, I guess, Dunkirk class cruisers until she was sent to French Indochina. Oh, by the way, she was an 8-inch gunned, 10,000-ton treaty cruiser. So this is one of those heavy cruisers that fit the Washington Naval Treaty standards. So furthermore, see, upon returning to the Mediterranean, she joined the Duquesne. I'm going to butcher this French all the way through this video, just so you know. At Alexandria, she was interned there with the other units of the French Navy. She returned to the war in 1943, spending her time based at Dakar on blockade patrol. Post-war, she aided in the return of the French to Indochina until placed in reserve in 1947. So in reserve, she was used as a training hulk and barracks ship at Brest. She was renamed Ocean. I need to stop smiling whenever I say that name. It's a French word that, okay. Anyway, so basically, she was a heavy cruiser that actually did survive the war. So it seems like, see, yeah, she rescued a British. This is what I wanted to get to. She rescued a British merchant ship, City of Catan, which was torpedoed 5 days earlier by a German submarine. And it seems like she actually didn't get into any major skirmishes with other ships during the war. So she managed to avoid some fights, but uh, it seems like she actually survived the war pretty well. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to The next ship from this event. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, I don't think she actually gotten into any major fights. Tragic. Moving on to the next ship of this event, and this is Battleship Léon. And Léon, if you go to the French, I went to the whole list of French battleships to look up this ship, and apparently it was a French answer to the Queen Elizabeth battleships. So during World War One, the French saw the Queen Elizabeths, and they said, we need something on that level. And they started work on the Léon class, which was supposed to be a or quadruple gun turreted quad gunned battleship, which that's a lot of guns. So if you look at the design here, yeah, each turret has 4 barrels. So they tried to stack as many guns on this ship as possible. She was never completed, but interesting design. She also looks kind of more like a witch. She has a witch's hat, and she has this interesting scepter with a crystal in it, but she has a cross right over a very important part of her dress. So it's interesting. These are like, I don't know, witches sanctioned by the church, I guess. I don't know exactly what the gimmick here was with this group. By the way, Suffren also has like, it's interesting that Suffren's design has horns, but also, you know, I don't know, she doesn't seem like she has anything to do with the church, really. She seems like a knight, or, and then you have Witch Léon over here, and then up here, Witch Guichen. So interesting. And then this is my actual favorite design so far. So French French destroyer Kersaint. Now Kersaint, this is an extra thick destroyer. I just thought I would toss that. We need more destroyers designed like this, for sure. So yeah, and she looks like it's strange because she has a veil, kind of like a nun. She is reading the Bible, and she actually does have that like innocent church girl aesthetic. This is actually my favorite design out of these ships as of yet. It's a very mature looking destroyer. I digress. Anyway, so who was Kersaint? So Kersaint was a French Vauquelin class destroyer built during the 30s. Ship entered service in 1943 and spent most of her career in the Mediterranean. So during the Spanish Civil War, she was one of the ships that helped enforce the non-intervention agreement. And when France declared war on Germany in September 1939, all the Vauquelins were assigned to the High Seas Forces, which was tasked to escort French convoys and support other commands as needed. So Kersaint helped to protect a group of freighters in the Atlantic once, but otherwise remained in the Mediterranean for the duration of the war. The Vichy French reformed their high seas forces after the French surrender. Kersaint was present during the Royal Navy attack on the ships in French Algeria in July to prevent them from being turned over to the Germans, but she managed to escape. The ship was in reserve until she was activated in mid-1941, but Kersaint was scuttled in Toulon when the Germans occupied Vichy France in November 1942. The ship was not significantly salvaged during the war, and her wreck was broken up in 1950. So if you go down here, you can actually see her with her sister Vauquelin. So the French scuttled her to prevent her from, and this is Vauquelin on the left and Kersaint on the right. So the French, prevented, in order to prevent the Germans from capturing her and using her, they destroyed her. So, gotta go when you gotta go, I guess. And finally, one thing I'm incredibly excited for this event is West Virginia getting a retrofit, which I'm glad because I used her to grind Kearsarge, so I already leveled her up quite a bit. And now I will get a chance to retrofit her. And she was actually the most powerful of the Colorado class ships because she got most of the upgrades. So I'm looking forward to her retrofit, by the way. Anyway, yeah, I need to test her retrofit and see just how good she is. Yeah, she might be worth using a lot. Another Big 7 class retrofit. So anyway, I'll move on to the outfits now. Now, if you'll see here, Painlevé, and I think the devs have been watching our videos because it looks like we got a bunch of gym skins, just like we've been saying in my streams, how we need gym skins. So she is doing the splits, and she is wearing very nice yoga pants and a very nice. I like this skin a lot. This is well designed legs and feet and God bless the French. God bless France. Viva la France. And it has dynamic motion, so that'll be interesting. And Léon apparently is doing that rubber band stretchy thing over here, and she has also very nicely drawn art. This person was clearly a connoisseur of legs. God bless the French. God bless France. That's all I got to say. And oh gosh, the I don't know, but they really did her back here pretty nice. Anyway, let's see what Kersaint has. And Kersaint is once again my favorite out of this bunch. Oh man. So she looks like she went out for a jog or something, and she just stopped on the bridge to rest or something and drink some water. Because the skin could, have the potential to increase thirst. So she also, in my opinion, has the nicest gym outfit. Yeah, and the nicest, and I like the shoes, but I like this. Yeah, this is my favorite skin so far. Gosh, Kersaint is clearly my favorite ship from this event. And then we get Suffren, which looks like she is a cheerleader, and that would actually fit because I don't know, she just has the face for it. But she looks like she's a cheerleader out here, and very nice nylons. As you know, I don't need to say anything more about what nylons do to my brain, but I like the nylons and the rest of this, especially right here in this area and in this area right here, just very nice. Yeah, they listened to someone, I don't know who told them we want some gym skins, but someone told them we want gym skins, or they were watching my stream and they listened. And Clemenceau is getting a live 2D, by the way. And once again, just like the other Richelieus, she has incredibly, incredibly nice legs. I think also she is the most well endowed of the Richelieus. Divine blessings were given to Clemenceau. Yeah, and she's out here golfing, and this skin, I need to see more of the motion of this skin, but this is a very, very nice design. And I like this cart, by the way, in the background. This looks like an old school golf cart from like 1935 or something like that, which is fitting or something. I don't know what this is, but I like this golf cart back here. And last but not least, Guichen gets an ice skater skin, and this is also well designed legs, and well, everything else as well. Dang. Yeah, so these new outfits are quite top notch in my opinion. Yeah, they listened to the and by the way, Kersaint gets dynamic motion. I didn't see that earlier. But yeah, so basically it looks like they listened to all of us saying that we wanted more gym skins, for which I applaud the devs for that. And then finally, Helena gets an incredibly nice live 2D skin. And my God, this is okay. A very nice skin. I still think Kersaint's skin is a little better. But this is the second most favorite skin I have at this event. Yeah, I need to see it. Maybe the live 2D motion will. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I like this Helena skin. This is an interesting bikini. And Helena is, in particular, these hips are incredible. Okay, I like what the devs have done with these skins that we're getting. And also Yorktown, who it looks like they're going to reveal this later. Yorktown's getting an oath skin, which doesn't surprise me because she is a UR and a bunch of people already oathed her. But yeah, Yorktown is finally, I believe this is Yorktown too. is getting an oath skin, and I was really hoping she would get an oath skin because I oath Yorktown 1 surely for waifu reasons a long time ago. So even if this is Yorktown 1, I could still use the skin on Yorktown 2, which will be nice. Anyway, and for dynamic effect, so new dynamic art will be added to Hindenburg and Kearsarge for their skins, so that'll be nice. And finally, Chekhalov, Prince Ruprecht, and Harbin are getting fate simulations. So I want to see what their fate simulations do, but my highest hopes are actually for Chekhalov, because she's already a top-notch mob-clearing aircraft carrier. So I'm looking forward especially to Chekhalov. She's also my favorite out of these three ships. I may be biased. Then we are getting a new event hub, and this is what it looks like. It looks almost kind of like Disneyland, actually, or some Disneyland-inspired place for the event hub. So look on out for that. And then we're getting some new furniture, Palais Elegant, which is it looks like you're in a French castle. So I'm definitely going to be getting that. And last but not least, we are getting these new gear skins, which, I don't know, none of these seem all that impressive to me. And then finally, we're getting some multiple mini events. And it looks like we're getting Wishing Well for the construction. So I'm going to make a separate video on that to advise you on the Wishing Well. But it looks like we might be getting, so reset double gem. It looks like we're getting some gems, finally, because I could use some gems. And also some furniture reset runs. So, or reruns of some good furnitures, apparently. So also, this right here is, to me, one of my favorite reveals so far. Enterprise is getting a live 2D skin, and it looks incredible. Like, she's apparently going to be diving under, it says diving under the blue skies. So she's going to be diving out here. And yeah, this is going to be, the skin itself looks, let's just say they put some very good attention to detail here. God bless Enterprise, and God bless the Eagle Union. So this one is actually one I may buy. I may buy this one. Yeah. And West Virginia is also getting a new skin along with her retrofit. And it looks like she and her sisters are starting a rock and roll band. And she is on the lead guitar. So, and she's singing. So she's doing guitar and vocals, which will be very, very interesting. I like this skin. I don't like it as much as the Enterprise skin, but it is a nice skin nonetheless. The Enterprise skin actually, the Enterprise skin may actually be my favorite, maybe more than Kersaint's skin out of this. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for you today, guys. And I look forward to doing this event with you. More videos will come in the future. So, as always, I'd like to wish all you fellow Shiki-Cons a farewell and following seas. Take it easy, guys. Oh, and if you like my content, please like and subscribe.